Okay, now you ask me questions.
That's another blooper.
What the process was like.
Mic drop.
Hello, my name is Austin Powers. I'm one of the account directors for the Senior Showcase team this year.
One of the things I do as account manager is making sure that everything just runs smoothly. I do a lot of emails, a lot of scheduling meetings, and kind of just making sure we all have our ducks in a row.
Hi, I'm Will. I'm one of the art directors on the Senior Showcase team. So as one of the art directors, I worked really closely with Lily and Alex to develop the identity, the branding, the logo, the color palette, and really build out what visually the promotion and the website would look like.
Yeah, so as an art director, working with Will and Lily, we kind of worked on the visual identity of the brand and kind of how Senior Showcase was going to show up on the website, on print materials, on emails, any like graphics that might be needed. And then I was specifically the videographer and photographer for the team.
My part that I've designed really heavily is like the stamps. Mostly my skill is illustrative sort of stuff rather than photography. So really making those stamps look cute and for all the tracks is really something I love doing.
Hi, I'm Caitlyn Kemmerle. I am the copywriter. So I focused on social media. I did all of the email blasts and I did some of the copy on the website.
Traditionally, the Senior Showcase is an in-person event. Obviously, this year is virtual, surprise.
For the beginning of our concept ideas, we went through a bunch of different ideas.
Fun fact, this was like the least baked idea that we had. We had one that was a music festival, we had a game night, we had like a road trip theme one, we had one that was like very digital, like retro looking. We had one that was focused on kind of a newspaper idea, and then we had postcards from home.
So the postcard from home idea came about because we had other ideas, but what really struck out about the postcards from home is that everyone's in different places because of quarantine and COVID, but we really all connect over the internet and stuff like this. So we all are everywhere, but we're also together.
It's a concept that encompasses the time that we're in a creative way, not just, you know, here's Zoom, here's digital, we're always on the computer, we get it, but taking that same idea and putting it into something a little bit more interesting. Postcards gives the idea that everybody's in a different place, which they are, and then from home, instead of having this postcard destination look, it's the postcards from home, where we all find ourselves now, where we're all comfortable in, where we're all working from, doing school from, everything from.
The art direction process between the three art directors was very collaborative, very iterative, a lot of different versions, a lot of messy file structures as we were figuring things out, but don't worry, it got sorted out. And it was really just bouncing ideas back and forth saying, oh, I tried this, take a look at this file, and really just mood boarding the hell out of everything. I'm a fiend for a mood board, so we really spent a lot of time looking at like vintage typography, stamp design, a lot of cool textures, and we drew a lot of inspiration from like really rich jewel tone and earthy tone color palettes. A lot of hours spent on Pinterest.
So the postcards are implemented everywhere in our design, really, if you even take a look at our website. But our student representation is all postcards. The back of them is how like a postcard should be, like the stamp on the back and then lines. But we're formatting it so then it actually takes on the design element of reaching out to who the student is and their track, what they want to do, stuff like that. And then the front is obviously going to be that picturesque visual.
The videos were super fun. It was something that was really fun to art direct, especially with collecting props and mood boarding and finding a lot of inspiration. A lot of it was from Wes Anderson films, where it's, you know, this like hyper stylized sort of framing. So as a videographer, it was sort of owning that kind of space and then filming it, turning it into GIFs and videos and exporting all the different formats. The idea with the GIFs was to elevate the image of home in a really stylish way. My favorite GIF is the book that says Stonks from Dummies. Will did an awesome job designing the book cover for that, and I just thought it was hilarious. This whole like meme about stonks that everybody I know who knows nothing about finance, including me, has gone into the stock market, and I think it is just so funny. And if you get it, you get it.
My favorite GIF, this was hard. So my heart wants to say the roller skating, just because it's my feet, surprise, and I'm in Alex's roller skates, the cute pink ones, but what you don't see is that I'm gripping Alex and Will to my sides completely because I could not stand in them at all because I don't roller skate.
100% without a doubt in my mind, my favorite shot would be the charcuterie board. It was a beautiful shot and it tasted delicious. So shout out to Will for that one and shout out to Alex for filming it.
Definitely the shot where Austin is picking up the phone. I love the way it looks. I love like the pink overlay, the colors, and just like the setup that's like around it. I think it looks really awesome.
It's really hard to decide because they're all awesome, but I really love, I think, the time one with the ticking time. I just love that aesthetic, like all the clocks. And the color is they somehow just all mesh together so beautifully. And I'm really into like old clocks, so.
I'd have to say the one with the banana bread coming out of the oven. That banana bread was freshly baked the night before, and it was really good. Put Greek yogurt in your banana bread.
I want to say one of the biggest challenges or learning experiences, I think, was just being virtual and having to deal with that communication style. Being that we're all not together, I think it's really easy to miscommunication or have it misread and stuff. So just making sure we all stayed and had strong communication.
Virtual is kind of a struggle. I don't like being in front of a screen all day, so that's kind of tough, but it also gives you a lot of flexibility in regards to like your time management because you don't have to travel to a million different places, and it kind of gives you the flexibility to work wherever you want, which is really nice.
For me, the biggest challenge during this whole process is definitely not being able to work in person with the team because we all get along so well together, and it's always such a fun process when we do get together. I
really just liked how we all became pretty close. I feel like in the past, especially for any kind of student ran anything, the teams are all over the place. And I just feel like we had a really strong sense of passion and what we wanted for the team, and we all became pretty close.
My favorite moment during the senior showcase was when I started pulling all of the footage from senior showcase shoot onto my computer. Pulling them all and seeing them all like on one page was so fulfilling, and it really brought the concept together.
My favorite part of the whole process was after our photo shoot where we shot most of the GIFs, kind of seeing those all roll in as they started to be developed and produced, and just kind of seeing everything come together and getting past that point of mood boarding and seeing everything start to be realized, and then you can see kind of the light at the end of the tunnel almost and see how it's all coming together and looking how you imagined.
So my favorite piece of copy is a little paragraph from the About page. It's when we started planning for this event, we knew we wanted the showcase to embody the unique point in time that the pandemic has brought us. Our classes, internships, and lives were moved into our own homes. We sat on the couch and watched Tiger King, took long walks when the weather was nice enough, and set up makeshift work from home areas in the coziest corner of our house. Through much deliberation, we decided on the perfect theme to tie it all together: postcards from home.
Oh, I love that.